You working 60-hour weeks, chasing more clients, messaging more leads, and still can't scale. The truth is not because you need a bigger team, better ads, more content, or the latest AI strategy. There are only 5 ways to scale a business, and most people miss the one that actually matters. I'm Marco Russell, and over the past over a decade, my team and I have helped business owners scale to 6, 7, and even to 8 figures without working more hours. So let's go ahead and dive right in. Most founders actually think scaling means more hours, more people, and more marketing. And I actually thought the same thing for years. But the real leverage comes from 5 simple moves, and neither one of them is hustle. I'm gonna break down each one of them so you can see which one is missing in your business. So I'll even share a quick story about me. We were actually stuck at $50,000 a month for about 3 years. $50,000 a month is pretty decent, right? Especially somebody who has high school dropout, no college degrees, no doctorates, no any of that type of stuff. Well, no, not legit doctors. I have a, honorary doctorate, but other than that, so I'm like $50,000 a month, it's not bad. But I was stuck in what we call the entrepreneur trap. I was doing everything. I'm handling customer service emails, I'm doing the marketing, I'm doing the sales, I'm literally doing everything. And it wasn't until I actually hired a VA who's now my operation director, Bianca. She came on as the VA initially, and what I had to do, I didn't really notice consciously, but when she came on, I had to figure out how to train her. So what I did was I started to create a series of training videos. Everything that I do, I started documenting everything and handed over to her, and said she was actually blown away from the amount of time that I took to actually train her and get her up to speed. A few years later, she actually became the operations director of our company, still is, and she pretty much runs the whole company, and that's 80-90% of my time is living in my zone of genius, whether that's creating content, speaking on stages, on podcasts, working with high-level clients, and even creating IP. So me and my role, my 3 things to focus on in the business is the 3 C's. So those 3 C's are content, coaching, and capital allocation. So where we strategically invest in capital to actually grow the business. And that's what the CEO focuses on, the capital allocation, right? And right now, at the time of me doing this video, I'm in the CEO seat. And I actually get to live in the CEO seat instead of hustling and grinding and trying to figure everything out and putting all these things together. Well, what does it have to do with you, and how do you apply it? Well, it's 5 simple points and 5 different ways to scale, so let's get into every single one of them. Number 1 seems simple, but it can be complex if you don't think about it the right way, and it's increase client value. Here's the bottom line. Chasing more leads is exhausting, but increasing what each client is worth is the fastest way to scale. You can raise your prices, you can add a premium value offer, or you can create a recurring package where individuals pay you month over month. Or you can do a little bit of all 3, right? The reality is most service-based experts, they undercharge for their expertise and they overcomplicate their offers. And here's the reality. The right clients will pay more if you provide more value, and providing more value doesn't mean giving more stuff. People who pay premium prices for things actually are looking for less because they're looking to get to the results faster. This is why somebody will pay for a coaching program, and the coaching program teaches the same information that's in the book, but they'll pay more for the coaching program because the coaching program, they have the expectation to actually get to the results and to the direct actionable information even faster. Now, the second way to scale is to systemize your delivery. You can't scale if you're stuck in every client call or you're customizing every single project. So you want to document your processes, turn it into a checklist, and you want to use templates. Systems free up your time and they make results more consistent. This way your clients can continuously get results over and over and over again without you being bogged in the process. And now, regardless of who they work with in your team, they're not getting a different result. So it's almost like when you go to Chick-fil-A. No matter who's working the drive-thru, who's taking your order, who's in the kitchen, you're going to get this. If you order a chicken sandwich with fries, you're going to get the same thing over and over and over again, right? Because they've systemized the entire process. So it doesn't matter if somebody calls in and they can't come to work, they had to put somebody else in position, it still runs like a well-oiled machine. Now, some founders find it, they like, okay, if I'm focused on creating systems, then I'm not making money. But here's the reality. Every hour you invest now designing these systems saves you dozens of hours later. And it's a force multiplying your business because it's increasing your value in your company, your profit, your free time, and your impact. By the way, if you're listening and you're ready to stop hustling and scale your business the smart way, here's what I want you to do right now. Click the link below and schedule a free strategic scale session with my team. Now, the third way is automating used tools. So you want to automate repetitive tasks. So this is onboarding, scheduling, follow-ups, and payments. Very simple tools can save you hours every single week and reduce mistakes, because mistakes can be expensive, right? And here's the beautiful thing. Automation doesn't kill creativity. What it does is give you more time for high value work. And systemizing things doesn't kill creativity. I was speaking with agency owners and they're like, well, if we do it that way, it kills the creativity. And it's like, no, you actually get your clients more predictable, consistent results. And that's what they want, not you being creative. And systems give you more freedom to focus on what matters. And this might be stuff outside of the business, like your family, friends, and doing other things, but your business can tend to have you sucked in, focusing on all these other things and all this busy work instead of focusing on the area that matters most in your life. Now, the fourth way is to expand your audience the smart way. Most think that scaling equals attracting more leads, but it's actually focused on attracting the right leads. So you want to use content, partnerships, and referrals to reach more audiences without more ad spend. And this is a force multiplier. So you've probably heard of OPM, leveraging other people's money, but you want to focus on OPA as well, which is other people's assets. So here's what you want to do. You want to focus on one channel. You want to go deep. You want to build authority and trust. And the way you do that is through consistency. But the reality is more leads won't help if your systems are broken. Now, the fifth way to scale a business is to build a lean, high impact team. Gone are the days where huge teams are necessary. You don't need a massive team to scale, just the right people in the right roles. You want to delegate all the low value tasks. This could be done with VAs. This could even be done with AI, or you can hire some contractors in if needed. But the bottom line is your business can't grow if you're the bottleneck. Some founders think they can't afford to step back, but the reality is you can't afford not to step back from the delivery. We'll map out exactly how to install these systems so you can finally step out of day-to-day grind and start focusing on your zone of genius and free up more time to do all the other things that matter and that you enjoy in your life. And if you want to see how to actually build systems that let your business run without you, watch my video right here on the channel, how to build systems so your business runs without you. Just click it right now and I'll walk you through the whole process step by step.